What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and today I'm giving you guys a debut on a new deck profile and maybe a new clan that I haven't been playing lately or I'm not so familiar with, but I decided, you know what? I've been very prejudiced towards a certain clan, which is Megacolony. And the reason why I did choose Megacolony this time is Gredora. This is my own build of Gredora. A little quick backstory, you guys. I was the kind of person who did not want to play Megacolony simply because it wasn't part of, my playstyle. And so back then, I knew that Gredora and all the strides were in a extra booster set. But during a time when I was trying to get for Asha, I ended up getting a lot of these Megacolony stuff and just never really used them. So, and I really wanted to try Gredora for my first premium, or one of the few premium decks I actually had, but not really quite, didn't quite get it. So I'm making it up for it right now by playing Gredora in the V series. Now, I want to give you guys some realness here. This deck right here I'm about to show you is also like my trial deck, because I'm still learning how to play Gredora and Megacolony itself, but hopefully down the line I can get more Megacolony support like from the older set to make this deck a little bit more plausible, but you guys need to bear with me about this deck here. And this whole deck right here, and I mean all of it, is from the recent set BT10 Phantom Dragon Aeon. So forgive me if this is not the full deck you guys are desiring. Just bear with me. Hopefully I'll progress in time. So with that being said and done, let's get on to the deck profile. For my starter, it's Youthful, Mutant, Dorcus. Yeah. So when you ride on top of him, you get to draw a card. So it has that same effect like the newer ones have. And if your opponent has a grade 1, you get a quick shield. So that's a good one. And for triggers, I decided to go a little more simpler, and rather than my usual 12 crits like I did with my Pale Moon deck, I figured why not slow down on that a little bit and give Gredora a chance for a little bit better thing. So I'm playing 4 Snowflake, Mutant, Snowtrick, the 4 heal triggers, 4 draw triggers, Aflutter, Drafter, so 4 of her, 4 of the 30k Shield Sentinel, Scissor-Shot Mutant, Bombscissor, or Scissor, and then finally 4 copies of Jewel Flasher. So there is 8 crits, 4 draws, 4 heals, and the one starting Vanguard. So this is like standard for some people. I know people may be skeptical about the critical Sentinel, but unfortunately this is like my very first trial deck Megacolony I actually had from all the stuff I've gotten. So this is what I gathered right now. Now, in the beginning, I did play 12 crits because that's just how the playstyle I usually go for. Same with, since I started incorporating front triggers in my XL decks, I figured, why not just give draw triggers and other people a chance? It's my first time, so please bear with me, please. And now for grade 1s, I'm only playing 12 grade 1s at the very moment, just because I can't find any other grade 1s in that set that is good. And most is like from machines, which I didn't have any more resources for. So I'm playing 4 copies of New Face Mutant Little Dorcus. And I feel ashamed for calling it Dorcus because it's not a whale's penis. I'm so sorry, but that's another word for dork. Anyways, so one of its skill is, it's like you look at top, when it's placed, when you look at top 5 cards in your deck, and search for a grade 3 from among them, add to your hand. Is it grade 3 or greater? Nope, just grade 3. And then you just discard a card from your hand. Also, if your opponent has no standing rear guards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power when it attacks. Hell yeah. And, well, actually when it's continuous, but you know what I'm saying. Next, for the next player we have is Clear Breeze. Now, I've seen deck profiles before I start doing this video, and Clear Breeze is technically one of the best cards I have in this deck. When placed, you discard a card from your hand, and you draw a card. And if you ever just what happened to discard a grade 3, as long as your opponent has a rear guard, of course. So this is very crucial and very careful. That's why I call it a trial deck, basically, for me. You get, if you discard a grade 3 from your hand, you get to put a Cradle marker on one of your on your opponent's rear guards. And so I basically found out that this deck recurs around Cradle markers. It's kind of like Paralyzing, or Dark Device, but not exactly the same. It's kind of like the mild setback kind of thing. But your opponent's rear guards loses all their abilities, their attacks, their abilities, their power, and basically nothing can happen. And there's a lot of effects that are supposed to happen when that happens. So that's one of her many skills. Actually, the only skill she had. So, my bad. So, this is what sets up the game. As long as your opponent has a rear guard, then you can do this. And then finally, I'm playing 4 copies of Disturbance Mutant Morsiroro. So, and I've seen people play like 2 or 3 of her, but I first prefer to play like 4 of her, just right now currently. Her skill is, once you can retire this rear guard, and choose one of your opponent's rear guards. And do they get retired too? Yeah, retire it. And you may call up to 1 card from your deck, or search your deck. Yeah, from your deck, as long as it's the same grade that the unit had with a Cradle marker. And you can superior call it to your field. And unfortunately, the downside is with this card, its effect can only work once. You can't use it multiple times. So that's kind of shitty, but I can't really complain too bad about it. So yeah, that's my very first grade 1 lineup. I know you guys may have your different thoughts about this, thinking it's kind of crazy, rambunctious, and all the stuff the T spilled. For grade 2s, I'm playing only 3 Despoiling Mutant Sticky Bolas. Unfortunately, I didn't pull my last one of her, so I feel kind of sad for not getting one, but that's all I'm kind of missing from this deck, and then I can start rearranging what I really wanted in this deck for my own vision. But right now, I'm okay with what I have, and I have other alternatives. Her skill is, when placed, you counterblast 1, and you'll get top 6 cards of your deck for up to 2 cards with Darkface in their different names, and add them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Then when it attacks, you Soul Blast, and this unit gets plus 6,000 power for each of your opponent's rear guards that has a Cradle marker. And does that all? And if this unit's power is 20,000 or greater, you get to draw a card. Hence why I wanted to get a last one before I started doing this, but the boxes were not my favorite. And I was up to 10 boxes, you guys. So from all that, this is what I've been getting, what I got. So you gotta work until you work things up again. So can't complain. Next, I'm playing 4 copies of Melody Mutant Nelnympha. Yeah, Nelnympha. So she has two different skills. One's continuous. One is, as long as your opponent's rear guards have a Cradle marker, she gains 6,000 power. Now her active skill is, when this unit is retired from your card's ability, you Soul Blast 1 card, and then you give your opponent a Cradle marker. Or give one of your opponent's rear guards a Cradle marker. So you're basically setting up the Cradle markers to set off most of the effects, which, okay, work. So I guess that's right now an essential item. Finally, for grade 2s, I'm playing 4 copies of Beheading Mutant Crimson Cutter. The reason why I chose this out of the other one I did have before, again, like you said, I'm still learning about Megacolony and another deck profile. There will be another deck, another clan that I'm not so familiar with, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys anyways, and give your guys' thoughts and opinions, and if you guys have different things about it. But the point is, the reason why I chose Beheading Mutant is because when he's placed on the Guardian Circle, you Soul Blast 1, and you select one. You choose one of your opponent's rear guards as a Cradle marker, and this unit gets plus a shield value. So if your opponent has a grade 1 booster, you can use that one as long as it's a Cradle marker, and you gain 10,000 shield. Or 5,000 shield, depending on the situation. So that's kind of why I chose him out of the other ones, just to get a good feel of what I need to really start doing. And most of the Megacolony stuff I have in my book right now basically has machinings. So, like, okay, I gotta use what I gotta work with. But once I get a 4 sticky Bolas, I'm thinking about dropping him down to 3. Or at least keep them and then maybe take off some grade 1s or grade 3s. You know, just turn the deck around and see how I like the feel of it. So, that is the deck, not a deck profile. This is my grade 2 lineup. Now for grade 3, now I've seen people play 10 grade 1s, which I'm not exactly sure if that's correct. You guys can correct me in the comment section down below if you think that's correct. But right now, this is what I get my thoughts on. I'm right now playing the four copies of the boss, Evil Governor Darkface Gredora, and believe it or not, I do love the artwork too. Not like her other one, but I do like this one. Now, when she's placed on, now this is a 1-turn thing. And this is a... Oh. Okay, so I can activate it as whim. Okay, so my dumbass did not realize that this one was an active skill. I thought when it was placed on Vanguard, you know, you get that effect, but basically saying is that was kind of like effed up on my part. But it's a 1-turn thing, then that's pretty okay. But technically, I did activate that anyways. So, anyways, counterblast 1, and you choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards and place cradle markers on them. When this unit attacks, you retire a rear guard, and you superior call a grade 3 from your hand, and that unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of turn. So, okay, work. I like that. And of course, let's not forget Gredora's child and husband, warrior, son, whatever you want to call him. I hear so many things in the Diff Rider series. But here comes Intimidating Mutant Darkface. I'm playing 4 of him, just because he is Gredora's son, and goes with it pretty perfectly. And so, when he is placed, you discard a card from your hand, and you give your opponent a cradle marker. Your opponent's rear guard a cradle marker. When this unit attacks, you counterblast 1 and retire one of your opponent's rear guard that has a cradle marker, and this unit gains attack. Hang on. Yeah, this unit gets 5,000 power for each grade of the chosen unit. So, and basically, if we know anything about cradle markers, they'll let you search your deck for the same for a unit as long as it has the same grade that you retired with a cradle marker. So that's an extra card to your hand, and also it gives Darkface 5,000 power for every grade that unit had. So if it was a grade 1, 5k, grade 2, 10k, grade 3, 15k, straight up. On top of the 10k that he's getting from Gredora. Last but not least, 2 copies of Piercing Spear Mutant Dovespid. Now, I played Dovespid when I first got the card. Its effect is, when placed, counterblast 1. Okay, I gotta rate this because I'm blind. You put 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck to the drop zone. And if a grade 1 or greater was put there, until the end of the turn, when your opponent would call from his or her hand to the Guardian Circle for the battle this unit attacked, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time. So this will make your opponent tricky. It will make it tricky for your opponent to guard if he or she does not have the requirements to guard. So that's why it adds a little bit more pressure. So, yes. So that is the deck profile, the deck mainly. Now for the imaginary gifts and the other gigs. Right now I'm using my personal favorite, just 5 protect markers. That's, you don't probably need more than that, but you probably need like at least 2 or 3. But I prefer to play, I normally play 6, but I kind of like couldn't find my other one for this one, so sorry. So I'm playing 5 protects, protect 1s. I think protect 1 is a good thing for this Megacolony, just because you can guard and have a extra sentinel should you not get your other one. So I think that's a very good matchup. Or matchup, kind of depends. And also, I got 1 quick shield, and then I play 6 cradle markers. These little guys. So, I like the artwork. It's kind of creepy. Sometimes, maybe I might need to add a little bit more in case there's more paralyzing going on. But again, this is just my own deck. This is just my own saying. And this is not what you guys may think it's a good thing. But right now, I think this deck right now is good as it is until I get the other cards. Actually, the last one I needed is just one more copy of her. That's pretty much all it. So anyways, you guys, this is the deck profile debut of Megacolony Gredora. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below and see what your thoughts are. And let me know in the comment section what I needed to retweak and, you know, what I need to have for this deck and what your numbers might be good. So I'm open to trying new things. That's why I'm trying out this new clan along with another clan I'm going to be showing you very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, thumbs up for it, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, make good choices. Be safe out there. The winter's getting kind of crazy. And please, for the love of God, God forbid, keep being safe from COVID. No one should be getting sick in this time. Hope you guys see you next time. And yeah, bye.